Hey guys, this is going to be a little walkthrough of one of my workouts. I've never really done a video like this before, but I figured I wanted to show you guys what goes into my workouts, what kind of workouts I do, cues, forms, all that kind of good stuff. So once I get to the gym, I eat my dates. These are an amazing source of quick energy and carbs before you get your workout started. And then of course, I got to get a sip of water. So this was a late night workout, as you can see by the background. So I'm kind of just taking this time in the car to just get my mental right and switch out my shoes and everything before I step into the gym. I've been really liking these Nikes for some of my lower body days. I will not wear them throughout my lower body exercises, but I like to put them on just because they're comfortable for some of the exercises. And then, of course, I'm just a girl, so I got to have my lip gloss and I'm going to fix my pony, and then we're going to be all set and ready to go for the gym. So today's workout is pretty much a all lower body workout, glute focused. I switched out my programming. If you followed me for a while, you know I was doing Squattober during the month of October, but now we are getting into high gear. It is the winter arc, as everybody's saying. So we got to get prepped and ready for the new year, baby. So yeah, glutes, lower body, let's get to it. Okay, so before we get started with any part of this workout, we are always going to warm up our bodies because it's super important before you start lifting any weights or doing any type of movement that you warm up a little bit. I'm going to use this peanut to kind of loosen up my feet. The feet are so important, guys. They are the base and the support of your body, and they help you to produce the most force production. So you want to make sure those are nice and warmed up. I did warm up my lower body, which I didn't show here, but this is my typical upper body warm up. You can go back into a couple other videos and see I've got some up and overs, some halos. All of these are banded. I'm also going to do some pull aparts, as you can see here. Just really warm up the shoulders, the upper back, the mid back, all that kind of good stuff before I get started. It's really important to understand that your body works as a unit. So even though I said that I'm working out my lower body and mainly my glutes, my low back, my mid back, my shoulders, my forearms, all that's still going to be involved in this workout because your body doesn't just work as one muscle at a time. You're still working your entire body. That is just how it works. I want to make sure my entire body's warmed up so that I reduce the risk of injury. Okay, now let's get into it. We're starting off with Sumo RDLs. Yes. Sumo RDLs, guys. I am a quad dominant girly, as you can see. So when I'm doing any type of glute dominant workout, I need to make sure that I use exercises where I can really feel my glutes working, where I get that good mind muscle connection. And this is one of those exercises that does it for me. So let's break this down a little bit. I'm doing an RDL, which means you saw me grab the bar from the top and not from the bottom. And once I take my step back, my main focus is going to be pushing my hips back, still keeping a slight bend in the knees. I don't want to squat down. I want to bend down, hinge from the hips, and kind of lean forward up until I get about parallel. Typically, anything further than parallel, you're using too much of your low back, and that's how people start to get injured. Okay, so this sumo part, as you can see, I lift the bar up. I take my steps back and then I widen out my stance. My toes are pointed outward. That's our sumo stance. Anytime you do a sumo squat, sumo deadlift, etc., this is the type of stance that you want. You want your feet to be out wider than your hips and pointing out in that direction. We do not touch the ground when we do RDLs. We hover right above the ground and then we squeeze our glutes to come right back up. So we keep full body tension, lowering the bar, coming to about parallel, thinking about pushing the feet into the ground, pushing the floor away from us, squeezing the glutes up and lifting up into that rep. Every single rep should look the same. Okay, this is another one of my faves. I had to make this up on the fly because somebody was using the Hack Squat machine, but I was like, you know what? We can always use a Landmine, baby. If you're someone who's working on your ankle mobility, this is a really good option for you if you have trouble getting really low into your squats. Once you get that barbell up on your shoulders, you're going to have to take a significant amount of steps forward. You're going to almost feel like you're leaning back into the plates, and that's exactly where you want to be. Once you go to squat down, you're going to get nice and low in that squat and immediately feel those quads, those glutes, and everything just set off. Okay, so we superset those Landmine hack squats with a single leg glute bridge. And when I tell y'all the glute engagement is just literally chef's kiss. So when you're doing this type of movement, you want to make sure that your shoulders and upper back are nice and secure on the box or bench or whatever you're using. You're going to lower yourself, keeping your entire spine in line. Try not to arch your low back. Keeping one foot up and one foot nice and flat on the ground. You're going to push off that foot that's on the ground, squeeze the glutes and lift up. Again, keeping your spine in line, squeezing those glutes. And baby, you're going to feel it. Okay, so here we are doing some sumo squats. As you guys can see, my body is right above the kettlebells. When I go to drop them down, I'm keeping my shoulders down and back. My arms are nice and tight. Everything is locked in. Again, we're talking about that sumo stance. So my feet are out wider than my hips and my toes are pointed out away from me. We're coming down, big squeeze with the glutes, and lifting up. Everything is nice and tight. You guys see, I do not lose my form as I'm going through these reps. It's super important that you stay tight. And then I superset those sumo squats with a banded side plank clamshells. These are killer as well. I'm using a medium band here and I'm doing pretty high reps. I got 3 sets of 15 of these on each side. So you want to make sure that you start off in that side plank position, got the knees bent and got the toes together. And then you're pushing that bottom knee into the ground while at the same time squeezing your glutes and pushing that top knee out and up against the band. So a lot of glute engagement here, a little bit of low back coming in as well, quads working. You're also strengthening your knees when you're doing this. I just love this movement. It's all around really, really good for your body. And then once I got done with these guys, I was all done. I will say personally, getting to the gym at about 8 o'clock at night and staying committed enough to get your entire workout done is really, really tough. So for anybody who does it on a regular basis, kudos to you. But like I said in the beginning of the video, we are getting right and getting ready for 2025. So technically my January 1st starts now, baby. I've got goals that I want to stay committed to and accomplish both up into the end of this year and all the way into the next. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Peace, guys.